Welcome to another episode of the Hot Seat Pod, brought to you by the Run the Play Network. I'm your host, Anthony. Will's had a lit weekend this weekend, but we'll see him in a later video. Today, I'm going to be breaking down my Week 13 preview for this NFL season. We had a great Week 12. My favorite moment of not favorite moment necessarily, because the Texans lost, obviously. Bad week for... I might be on the we got to get rid of CJ's train. I mean, that's a little pushing it, but CJ just hasn't looked good this year, bro. He needs to develop a little bit more, which is fine. But if we had last year's CJ on this roster where our defense looks great, we have all the pieces in the world, we would definitely thrive. But my favorite thing this week, bro, I think Saquon needs to be put in these real-life MVP conversations. We got to scrap this offensive player of the year stuff. I think the MVP can be a skill position. It doesn't have to be a quarterback. Saquon Barkley has been the best player on probably the best team in football this season. I know there's probably an argument. I think the only one you could really argue is Josh Allen. Lamar, sure, he's hooped this season, but there's just too much there for it to be like just Lamar. Like, Saquon Barkley really has been a dog. You could say this team is stacked. This team has also been injured. I mean, the first half of the season, there was so much talk about Hurts playing with an injury. A.J. Brown's missed games. Devonta Smith missed games. This team has been consistently good through all of that, and the consistency through all of that has been Jalen Hurts. But yeah, let's get into these Week 13 games. Week 13, we have a lot. We have 4 days of football this week. So, man, the holidays are looking nice. It's holiday season. On Thanksgiving, if you're exhausted, man, drink Thrill Energy, man. We want to give a huge shout out. I know the box is a little fucked up. That was on me opening it. I was a little struggling, but I want to give a huge shout out to Thrill Energy. My guy sent it over to us. Great guy. Just remember, if you're going to drink an energy drink, drink it responsibly. If you have heart problems, if you're bad with caffeine, maybe this isn't the lane for you. But if you're someone who enjoys working out, if you're an athlete, this is the stuff to drink, man. Huge shout out, Thrill Energy. Back to what I was talking about, though, Week 13, 4 days of football. Thanksgiving is going to be the first day, and like a lot of people shitted on these Thanksgiving games. But I'm here to tell you, bro, Thanksgiving might not be bad. The first game on Thanksgiving is going to be Bears versus the Lions, and I'm going to roll with the Bears here. I know, they just lost to the Vikings. The Vikings are not on the same level as the Lions, but I just think the Bears looked really good this week for the first time, and the Lions just have to lose at some point, bro. You can't win every game. I don't think it's plausible. I don't think it's possible. I think Caleb Williams needs to get pushed into this like superstardom, and he's kind of getting on the brink of that. Like, obviously he's a superstar in name value, but he's on the brink of becoming a superstar as far as play goes. We've seen like flashes, bro, where he'll have an amazing quarter and then a quarter where he can't move the ball. Like, if Caleb could string together a good game, then I think he's like really there. If we had those flashes of Caleb consistently, then Caleb is that superstar quarterback that he was drafted to be. With that being said, I'm taking the Bears here. Again, yeah, Lions lose due to lose, Caleb due to win. Simple as that. Giants, Cowboys, we really don't give a fuck about this game, if we're being honest. This is the one, maybe if your family wants to eat a little later, tell them to eat a little earlier, because Giants, Cowboys is on. Let's say our prayer now so we're not glancing over at the TV. I'm taking the Giants in this one. Malik Neighbors is frustrating, man. To me, it's kind of corny because it's like, you're a rookie, bro. You've been there for what? 11? He was hurt like 9 games probably. Obviously, he's a dog. He's probably the best player on this. He is the best player on this offense. But at the same time, like, let's chill. You're not like some superstar yet. You're going to be there. I know you're going to be there, but you're not there yet. So let's settle down. I'm taking the Giants here, though, because, yeah, if Malik Neighbors is pissed off, then they got to go out there and kind of show him that there's value in this franchise, win the game. It could be huge for them. So I'm taking Malik Neighbors and the Giants to beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Also, Cooper Rush popped up questionable today. Just kind of something to monitor. Not sure if that's going to be an issue on Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving night, Thursday Night Football, we have the Dolphins versus the Packers. Now, this is a game to watch. I know the record says the Packers should win this game, but the Dolphins have been just as hot the last couple weeks. I think if the season were to start 3 weeks ago, Tua would probably be the MVP of the league. He has been absolutely hooping, and he's not throwing to the Tyreek Hills, the Waddles. He's throwing to the Jonnu Smiths. He's throwing to the Devon A-Chains. Like, everyone's eating in this offense, and I think that's how you get this team to be the most successful. This team low-key can make a playoff push. I didn't write a pick down for this game, man, because the Packers have been just as electric. They've been rolling through teams. Their defense looks good. Their offense looks even better. Everyone's a weapon on this offense. I'm taking the Dolphins. I think I'm taking the Dolphins, man. This is a toss-up for sure. I don't know why people are shitting on the Thanksgiving games when we have a game like this on Thanksgiving. Dolphins. Final answer. Friday, we have our first Black Friday game. I believe this is going to be an Amazon Prime game. Chiefs, Raiders. It's a skippable game. I'm not going to lie. If you got nothing going on a Friday night, might as well watch this game. Maybe Max Crosby hits Mahomes a little bit too hard and he gets thrown out the game. I'm taking the Chiefs in this game. Plain and simple. Should be an easy one. All right. Let's roll into Sunday morning. We have the Chargers taking on the Falcons. Man, this is a tough one, kind of, because like I want the Falcons to be good. I want Kirk to start rolling, but it's just like they've been so inconsistent this season, and I think the Chargers have been elite. I'm getting ready for this Monday Night Football game right now as we speak, but the Chargers have just been so cold this season. I just think they're one of the safest teams in the NFL. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. Give me the Chargers here. And before we get to the rest of our Sunday morning games, let's hear a word from our sponsor. We want to give a huge shout out to Boom Fantasy for sponsoring this video. Boom Fantasy is a betting app like no other. They have a pick and spin feature where you place your 2-leg parlay in and then you spin a wheel. Based on that wheel, you could get anywhere from 2 times your money to 500 times your money. However, this week from November 25th to December 2nd, it's Spins Giving. So if you spin the wheel, you could get 3 times your money to 1,000 times your money. A $20 bet could win you $20,000. Only 2 legs. I know the betting app you use right now, 2 legs gives you 3 times your money. So why not take the risk and shoot for 1,000 times your money? And if you use code RTP, you will get a risk-free bet up to $100. Just please promise me you're going to gamble responsibly. Let's get back to the video. All right, next game on the slate, we have the Steelers taking on the Bengals, a divisional game. Steelers coming off that terrible loss to the Browns. Man, this is another tough one because of that Steelers loss. I think they're going to come back with kind of a vengeance. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have been looking like the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL. I still think Joe Burrow's a merchant for Jamar Chase, but that's for a whole nother video. I'm taking the Steelers here. I just think they've been a more sound team. They've been better. Maybe they haven't been as fun, but they definitely have been better. So give me the Steelers. Cardinals take on the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings here. Plain and simple, man. The Cardinals they've been such an inconsistent team. It's hard to bet on them. It's hard to bet on them and bet against them because you just never know what version of this team. Like, this team could be the type of team to beat a Chiefs, beat a Bills, beat something like that. Or they could be the type of team to drop a Patriots game, a Titans game, one of those shitty teams. So give me the Vikings if I'm playing it safe because I do think they're a better roster. But I would not be surprised if the Cardinals upset. This could be a sneaky game you throw on your parlay to boost the odds a little bit. Next game, Colts take on the Patriots. This one should be interesting, to say the least. If Anthony Richardson goes out and hoops, this could be a game. I'm still a believer in Drake May. I'm taking the Patriots here. I just think the Colts might be the worst, not the worst team in the NFL, but they've just been one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL. Sure, they're not terrible, but like I just had higher hopes for them. AR is disappointed this season. Jonathan Taylor's disappointed this season. Michael Pittman's disappointed this season. I don't know how I could bet on a team with so much disappointment going on. Seahawks Jets is the game following the Seahawks. Low-key, this division is up for grabs. Every team in this division is 1 game apart, which is crazy. I'm taking the Seahawks here just because the Jets have been weak. I don't trust Rodgers. There's too much drama. Notice how the drama always follows Aaron Rodgers. I don't get what y'all see in him, what the hype is about him, for him, all that. It's just like drama here, drama there, drama everywhere. Drama, red pajama. I am not rocking with Aaron Rodgers or the Jets the rest of the season. Sure, they're stacked, but I just feel so bad for Devontae Adams because everywhere he goes, it just seems like there's a mess. And 2 of those locations were with Aaron Rodgers, and then the other was the Raiders, who I think are just the worst ran franchise in the NFL. Texans, Jaguars, give me the Texans. I know we had a tough loss. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars win, but come on, man. Like, everything in me, you think I'm a bet against my team? Fuck no. Rams take on the Saints. Oh, this is a boring game. I feel like the Rams haven't been super fun this year. The Saints were fun for 2 weeks. The Rams, honestly, have probably had 2 fun weeks too, but they've just been so inconsistent. They got smacked up by the Eagles. I don't think they're in that tier, but I think they're a tier above the Saints. Give me the Rams. Bucks, Panthers, bro. We were all Bryce Young fans. Whether you loved him or you hated him, whether you called him a bust or thought don't give up on him, everyone was rooting for Bryce Young this weekend to beat the Chiefs. Everyone. That would have been so huge. Now they play the Bucks. The thing with the Bucks this season is the Bucks have done a very good job against good teams, but a very bad job against bad teams. They lose a lot of games to bad teams. The Panthers happen to be a bad team. I'm taking the Panthers here. I think the Panthers have looked decent lately. They've kind of been rolling. I think next season they could be a sneaky team. This division is so weak. I don't see like the Falcons getting better than what they should have been this year. I don't see like, I mean, maybe the Buccaneers will be more healthy, sure, but they are a decent team. I wouldn't sleep on this team next year is all I'm saying. Maybe they sneak into the wild card, but give me the Panthers. Eagles, Ravens. I'm going to just be clear here. I'm taking the Eagles here. I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFL. As crazy as that might sound, but what they did on Sunday Night Football without their wide receiver 2 is very, very impressive. And what really set, like Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, who's been mid this year, and Saquon Barkley, like you know that team is going to be a great offense. Low key though, their defense has been really what's impressed me lately. Their defense has been very sneaky good. So that's why I'm rolling with them. I'm rocking with what the Eagles have. This game should be flexed to Sunday Night Football, but Sunday Night Football is going to be the Bills taking on the Niners. I got the Bills plain and simple. The Niners have looked very mid. The Niners do need to win this game to have some playoff contention. But if the Bills win this game, they pretty much shut out the Dolphins. It's going to be hard for the Dolphins to catch them because the Bills would have to go on a heavy losing streak and the Dolphins would have to go on a heavy winning streak. The winning streak aspect is possible, but the losing streak aspect, I don't think the Bills are going to drop that many games. And lastly, for Monday Night Football, we're looking at Browns, Broncos. I hope Jameis Winston is still starting at this point. I hope they don't do a little DTR swap or nothing like that. Jameis Winston, obviously, that snow game was so fun. The Broncos have been fun. Bo Nix has been fun. All that being said, I'm taking the Denver Broncos. They're just a much better team. But you guys let me know at home, what's on your parlay this week? What teams are you stringing together to take the wins? Like, subscribe, follow, run the play. Bow.